Hello degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Coach Wang. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic that you all need to consider when picking up a brand new fighting game, especially with fighting games in particular, and that is going to be the topic of choosing a play style that fits you. But now before we get onto that, I do want to talk about some things that are going on right now, kind of pertaining to the Duck Hunt Discord. So if you guys are new to the channel or like new to me, I am the person that basically runs the entirety of the Duck Hunt community. We're the people that helped fly out Raido, Tamushika, Yusan, Brood when they all came over here. We've done a lot of things to them. But the way that we normally did that was we did donation drives and all that. So we're not doing a donation drive at all, but you know, we did sell these products every now and then, and we have created one final commemorative piece to the entirety of Smash 4. It is the Thanks for Playing shirt. It was created by the one and only The Worst Muppet. He's done artwork for us in the past. So this is what we're having. So if you guys want to get any last memorabilia of the Duck Hunt Discord for Smash 4, this is available for you guys. The first print is going to be printing in 2 days. So if you want to get this shirt and like wear it to when Ultimate releases and all that, the estimated shipping date is December 6th. So that way, if you do buy this initial run, you will get it in time. Don't worry, this isn't going to go anywhere. And for the other guys that are new to this channel, yeah, we do have 2 other things as well. When you click on each design, you'll see all the different things we have, like the famous hashtag Duck Hunt Dinner. We have our own shirt for that. So this is what we made to help get Raido out and Yusan on their last trip. Still able to buy that. And then we also have the first Duck Hunt Discord shirt as well. That's there. So if any of these things interest you, definitely check out the link, teespring.com/store/Duck Hunt Discord store. We'll have a link to it in the description there. And yeah, so, you know, if you want to support us, be greatly appreciated. If you just want any of this cool merch, just check out the link itself. And with that said, let's get on to the video. So now, choosing a playstyle that you like. This is actually extremely important to you in more than one way. One big mistake that I think a lot of people make when picking up a fighting game in particular, especially if they want to, mostly if they want to be really competitive with it, is that a lot of people want to jump straight for the high tier or top tier immediately and then just kind of disregard all the other facts about themselves personally and what they like. A reason why this can be a big issue is because it doesn't matter how good the character is, if you can't kind of relate to the way they play or understand it on a fundamental level, or just like not execute the style that they're meant to be, then you're always going to be holding yourself back. There's a reason why there are character specialists out there and they feel like they will not, you know, do better with another character. I know Axik, you know, he's hardcore gone with Pikachu just because like he feels like that playstyle just makes the most sense to him. Raido, Duck Hunt was the playstyle that just kind of made the most sense to him. That's what really clicked with him. And, you know, over time, he found another character with Lucina that he uses to cover up the matchups so that he doesn't really feel like playing with Duck Hunt, because there are some annoying matchups to play. And Lucina can kind of make those feel just a lot easier overall in general. But of course, you'll see him overall having more success with his Duck Hunt just because that's what he feels comfortable with. And that just gives him the tools and the kit that he needs to really bring himself to that next level, and it also helps him understand the game in a way that's easy for him to digest. So, you know, if you're new to Smash, this is something that you need to look out for. You need to look for a playstyle that just kind of speaks to you personally, that will help you learn the game. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. You know, if you're just starting off and getting in this game, and you're playing a bunch of other people that are just getting into this game, it really doesn't matter which character you pick at that point. The only thing that you're focused on is learning how to just outplay your opponent at that point. That's step number 1. Learn how to get good and just understand the game. If you remember my preparing for Smash Ultimate video, the first thing was, you know, learning the fundamentals, which was neutral, punish game, and disadvantage. And the character that you pick can actually help you understand this a lot more. So, you know, if it's something that you understand, then of course you're going to understand a lot better. But if it's something that might be better, but you don't relate to it as much, then it can be harder for you to learn these concepts. And that's just something that you need as soon as possible, just understanding those core concepts. So why don't we talk about a few different play styles? We'll just have this, these videos just playing in the background. So definitely, like, one of the most popular ones out there are the rushdown archetypes. So in this case, this would be something like Sheik. Sheik has always been known to be a very good rushdown style character in Smash 4, but she also had the flexibility of being able to camp you out with her needles and whatnot. Melee, she wasn't really known to be super aggressive, kind of more passive and just looking to get those grabs to start her aggression. Or in Smash 4, it's just she had a lot of extremely safe buttons. So she was one of the few characters that could actually just run up and like hit your shield as long as she spaced it properly, and then just keep pressing buttons on you. And that was kind of unique. So in a lot of ways, a lot of people said she played a little bit more like a melee character compared to the rest of the cast, just because of how safe her buttons were. And you know, if that's a style that sounds more exciting to you, probably if you like to play character action games, you know, this may be something for you. Another one, of course, that's big with character action games is Bayonetta. Definitely a hugely popular one, just because she does play so similar to the way that she acts in the Bayonetta game series, where it's like, you know, you're just trying to wait for those like opportunistic moments to just really open your up or your opponent and then just combo them off the stop. You know, if you like playing the Bayonetta game, she's definitely going to be a character that you may be interested in playing in Ultimate. Doesn't seem to be like she'll be as busted as before as she was in Smash 4, but you know, she's still looking like a really solid character. Just way too many positives as a character that just can't be ignored. So think about it. If you like playing a character where you like to go in, press a lot of buttons, and like feel like you can do that like without, you know, getting easily punished and whatnot, you know, characters like Sheik, and now even Roy to an extent, maybe Falcon too, just because with the way that shields work in this game. Those all might be characters that you might want to consider picking. Also Pikachu. Pikachu is another big one right now that a lot of people are saying might actually be the best character in the game. So yeah, normally all these rushdown characters, quick, small, very light, so they'll probably die like extremely early. They're generally pretty good with recoveries as well. I can't really think of too many fast characters that have a bad recovery. Except like for Roy and Chrom, if you count those. But yeah, no, they'll basically be able to go in and then just do what they want. And generally, there's a lot of people that just find that type of playstyle fun. Like, you know, it's fun to feel like you can just kind of do whatever you want. But of course, the archetype is they can do that. But the second they get touched, they're just going to be obliterated. So that high risk, high reward, that sounds kind of fun to you. Maybe not high risk as much, but you know, great power, great responsibility. That's probably a better way to put it. Then yeah, definitely check out these rushdown characters. So going down the list, let's see who we got. God, it's like all the first. Okay, Fox, definitely more of a rushdown archetype. Pikachu, that rushdown archetype. Pichu, that rushdown archetype. Squirtle, definitely going to be more of that rushdown archetype. Greninja, he's kind of weird. He has a quick dash speed and a quick vertical speed. But like his aerials aren't particularly fast, so he's kind of like he's like a strange hybrid. Then you get characters like Roy, who's looking more like a rushdown character in this game, just because of the way the mechanics work, and to an extension that goes to Chrom as well. I think the rest of these, not as much. Sonic, not exactly a rushdown character, but he has a lot of speed, so he can kind of utilize some properties of that. And I need to see a little bit more of Bee Brawler, but I kind of doubt it. And then, Inkling. Yeah, Inkling's definitely like probably the biggest rushdown character they've got now. Just the way her mobility works, and then generally she's not going to be zoning you, but she does have some like small tools to zone. Definitely see me more like a rushdown character as well. So those that I just listed, if you're interested in that archetype, those are the ones to check out. Now the next ones I want to talk about, the ones that seem to be extremely buffed. Both of these two characters seem to be of that archetype, which is the heavies, the big guys, the ones that are going to kill you in like 2 or 3 hits. I always love playing these type of characters. The way that they kind of rely upon is just having good reads on your opponent. So if you understand what your opponent likes to do, like if they like to panic, if they have like certain panic options, like let's say, oh, I have my opponent in this corner, they always like to roll out in these situations. Or if they're at the ledge, oh, they always like to roll out. Then these are the type of characters that you're going to want to play. It's like, hey, I understand my opponent so well that I don't even need to be that fast. I can literally throw out this Warlock punch here and I know it's going to hit him. That's what these characters are kind of like. But the biggest thing in this game is they got a lot faster. One thing that Heavy traditionally struggled with was they had an extremely hard time getting around projectile pressure, but now that all of them just have a 3-frame jump squat, you can just immediately jump as quickly as Fox can. So that means it's much easier for them to get around projectiles. Of course, though, they are still big bodies, so if they are above you, it is really hard for them to get down, just because it's just so easy to hit them. But the thing is this, so they tend to not be that fast on the ground. Their moves tend not to be the quickest things in the world, but they're strong and they're relatively safe on shield, which is kind of the way that they're looking to be shaping up in Ultimate. And almost every single one of them got a speed boost. I'm not sure if some of the frame data on Ganondorf got a little bit better. Most of it's kind of the same, but the big place that he improved dramatically is in the landing lag. Because before he was super strong, but if he hit your shield, it basically wasn't safe unless he used back air, and then like spaced up air to an extent. But outside of that, just not many safe moves. But now, with the landing lag reductions, he can basically hit your shield for free with every single move, and you should not be able to punish him unless you get a parry or if you anti-air him. Like, those are the only two ways that you're realistically getting around him. Same with the other heavies. A lot of them got landing lag reductions across the board. Ike is now one of the most insane safest swords characters in the world. But because of all of the speed bumps they gave him, like they made his aerials come out a lot quicker. He still has his grab combos too. They decided to weaken his power a little bit, but that doesn't mean that he's weak at all. Like, his up air has been reported to kill at 50. At the time of the E3 demo, it was like down tilt to up air. Up air had a sweet spot on it that would kill ridiculously early. But his forward air and back air, still extremely strong tools, gonna edge guard you like crazy. And yeah, that's what heavies are kind of all about. They're all about getting that advantage like 2 or 3 times. Normally, almost all of them are extremely good at juggling, and basically all of them are extremely good at edge guarding too. So if that sounds appealing to you, just having like those small select reads and just like being able to just hit somebody no matter how down you are, then yeah, these are the type of characters for you. They'll also be able to abuse rage a lot more than other characters as well. Last type of archetype that I want to talk about is the zoners. So these are a very defensive style character. Actually, I'll talk about some other ones where basically they kind of want to throw out projectiles in a way where they're going to be able to just control a lot of space. Snake, definitely a good example of that. Not your traditional zoner in that he's not going to be throwing out like projectiles as much at you. Like, he would be zoning with grenades maybe, but most of the time he's going to be kind of using it more like a trap. But yeah, like tossing them up in the air like that, holding shield with the grenade so it explodes on him when somebody tries to get close to him or hit him out of it. A good way to counter grabs as well. But then he also places down these mines. Unfortunately, he lost his down smash mine, where basically that would go off if somebody just ran right over it. So now he only has that one where he has to physically control when it detonates. The other one too is the grenades. He can hold them onto them a little bit, and then he's also able to blow himself to get back on stage. So not your traditional zoner. The ones that you would more closely associate with them is somebody like Duck Hunt to an extent. More of a trap character, but definitely utilized a lot of zoning. Samus, definitely your archetype for what a zoner is. Me Gunner, a couple of other ones as well. I want to actually go over some of them real quick. Oh yeah, Pac-Man. Pac-Man, definitely a big one, but also a trapper as well. Isabelle and Villager, trapper zoners as well. Dark Samus, going to be falling into that category. So basically, yeah, if you like to stay away from your opponent, play safely, just harass your opponent, force them to come to you, do damage from far, or even kill them from a faraway distance. These are characters that you might like. Rosalina and Luma kind of fall into that category just because of the way that Luma works. You're able to kind of launch her out and then just do a lot of damage. Also just like a good puppet character, generally considered a good zoner. Let's see. Mewtwo, definitely with Shadow Ball, has a lot of zoning potential there. Ivysaur, going to be basically a quintessential mid-range zoner once the game comes out. Then Olimar, definitely a zoner. He's not trying to hit you at all. He's only tossing Pikmin at you with almost all of his attacks that he does. So definitely a very strong... this character is looking like one of the best characters in the entire game. Super strong zoner. Rob, definitely a quintessential zoner with some grappler capabilities in it as well. And yeah, all these characters are really good at just keeping you away, racking up that damage, and then they all have their own unique niche setup on how to secure those kills. So learning how your character gets those kills is of the utmost importance, but just learn exactly what type of zoner they are, and that'll just kind of just tell you the keys that you need for neutral with them. I just realized I kind of did glance over what heavy characters that we have in this game. So we got Bowser, Ganondorf, Donkey Kong, King Dedede, Charizard, Snake, Ike, Rob. Mario's heavy, but he doesn't play like a heavy. He's strange. Then we got Ryu and Ken, Incineroar, Ridley, King K. Rool. Those are going to be your heavy characters. Definitely, all of them are looking a lot better just because of landing lag buffs, but some of them are looking a little rocky, like Bowser's looking a little rocky, and so is Ridley, but they all have a lot of good strengths to them, so we'll kind of have to see how they just kind of shape up in the metagame. The other zoners I forgot to mention. Let's talk about the zoners real quick. So the ones that we have for this game is Simon, Richter, Isabel, Dark Samus, Me Gunner, then Pac-Man, Mega Man, Snake, Duck Hunt, Villager, Rob, Olimar. God, we got a whole lot actually. I didn't realize until we started counting them up. Robin, definitely somewhat of his owner there. Then Wolf to some degree, just because the laser's really good. King DD, not exactly 100%. And Ivysaur. Oh, then Toon Link and Young Link, definitely heavy zoners. Samus, very heavy zoner. Link, definitely a zoner. Bowser Jr., he's got a lot more zoning capabilities this time around. So we'll see if he ends up being more of a character like that. Only time will tell once the metagame shuts up. And yeah, so those are the characters right now. As you can see, a good amount of them. Oh, Lucas too. I forgot to mention Lucas. Lucas is a heavy zoner. But his capabilities actually got nerfed pretty significantly. He lost all of his throw combos, and his PK Fire, I believe, has a little bit more end lag to it now. Not by much, but, you know, still a nerf. So kind of make him play a little bit less annoying, but he's still going to have to do that because he's just kind of forced to play that way. So yeah, playing safe, playing far away kind of sounds like your type of deal. Definitely check out those characters. But a lot of these zoners are a mix of other things, like Young Link, just because of his great mobility and his excellent frame data and like almost no landing. Like actually, he's going to be able to do some type of rush down capabilities. Not sure much about Toon Link, but I know Young Link's just looking a lot better right now. You know, like I said, Wolf and Falcon, not really Falcon as much, I think more so Wolf, might be slightly a zoner, not really too much, but you know, really, really good up close as well. So this is somebody that's going to zone a little bit, but he wants to get in your face as well. He's trying to bring you closer to him so he can get to you. Ivysaur, just like a mid-range fighter, so consider it like a sword fighter with like some projectiles. So you know, that's always a pretty good combination. Sword Fighter actually has some zoning capabilities. He's got like 2 different projectiles he could use for his neutral B. But some of these are just like straight up projectile characters. Like Mega Man, basically going to be using pellets in all of his specials. Olimar, only mostly using his Pikmin, so that's how he's going to do it. He's not going to be trying to do any of the fighting himself. Duck Hunt actually is going to be a little bit more of a brawler, but his projectiles got a lot better for just straight out hitting you with projectiles rather than setting up traps. Pac-Man's more of an aggressive zoner now, so he's trying to get in a lot more and just like do damage up close. So yeah, they've decided they did a pretty good job with kind of diversifying your zoner archetype. So if these type of playstyles sound appealing to you, definitely give all these characters a shot. You can watch some of my analysis too of some of these characters that I've done. You can figure out whether any of these might be your playstyle. And then the last type of character that I want to bring up is just the all-arounder. So this is a character where they're pretty much decent at everything. They don't excel at everything, but they don't suck at anything. And that would fit characters like Mario, even Wolf to extent. Like you got one decent projectile, keep people away. Pretty good combos, not much range, but not too much speed either. So it's like they kind of all balance out with each other. So definitely, you know, these two characters actually are kind of like the pinnacle of that. Like Mario's got a reflector, Wolf's got a reflector. Wolf's actually got pretty good range on him. That's one thing he has over Mario, but he's a lot slower than Mario 2 as far as run speed is concerned. So that's kind of like where the justification happens there, where Mario, not as much range as Wolf, but, you know, great frame data, pretty decent speed as well. Decent recovery too. So, you know, if you kind of want to learn the basics of the game, Mario will give you a little taste of all that. Wolf will kind of give you a little taste of all that. And then from there, like you can play these all-arounder characters and then kind of figure out what type of styles that you like more. Like, if you are picking up this game for the first time, or if this is the first time you're thinking about getting competitive with Smash Brothers, playing a character like Mario or Wolf are not bad characters to start off with, just because you're forced to learn the basic fundamentals of a game. And then from there, you can kind of figure out what things that you like about this engine that it lets you take advantage of. And then from there, you can just kind of diversify and specialize in what you want to play. Definitely one of the main things for this game is a lot of people assume that it's not going to really be wise to solo main. The more characters that you have on your belt, the better. But of course, you know, spend a good amount of time on these characters and figure out like one main one that you want to have. But definitely considering that there's going to be 75 plus matchups, going to 80 that we're going to all need to learn. You know, having that diversity is going to help you in the long run, just because, you know, there's just so many things that we don't know. So having ways to cover your bases for these niche situations, definitely a good thing to help you out with. And obviously have play characters that will cover your bases as far as matchups are concerned. Generally going with different play styles is going to help do that for you. So with that said, I think that basically covers everything. So find a style that really speaks to you, whether it be playing safe, playing aggressive, getting that damage in, or if, you know, you want to win like under like very kind of like set ways, like, you know, I want to feel like I'm constantly playing out my opponent, or it's like I just want to read them 2 times and then just them obliterated. Just figure out, you know, what you personally find satisfying. Just think about like picking up this controller and like trying to beat them, and just think about how your brain kind of processes you want to beat them. And I think from there you might be able to find a way. Again, I recommend starting off with those all-arounders. So be like Mario, Dr. Mario, Diddy Kong's definitely a pretty good all-arounder, some zoning capabilities. Wolf, pretty much an all-arounder. Kario's somewhat of an all-arounder, but he's way more polarizing. Ness, pretty much an all-arounder. Ice Climbers to an extent are an all-arounder. Pit and Dark Pit, definitely all-arounders. Marth and Lucina, all-arounders. And then Cloud, definitely an all-arounder. Yeah, those would be like the characters I'd say, you know, pick up from there, and then from that, just try to diversify and figure out, you know, if those characters really speak to you, or what aspects of them really speak to you. And that, from there, you should have a pretty good way of figuring out which direction you want to go, and then from there, get a bigger and deeper understanding and appreciation of what this game has to offer. As always, if you have any questions for me, please leave it down in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter to learn what the schedule is going to be for this week. So tomorrow, I'm going to have my video on my Mii Gunner analysis up. Then I'm going to do an update on the King K. Rool analysis, just because there is a lot of information that is available now than compared to when I did that video. It's like my most viewed video that I have now, but there's just so much better information out about him now that like I have to cover him again. There's just no way that I can't. I did get to play him again too, so I'm a little bit more informed about how he plays and how good he actually feels. Feels good, by the way. The other thing too is I'm going to finally do part 2 of everything that's wrong with Zero's tier list. Just so we can clear up all the misinformation that's in that video. Mostly, I'd say with part 1 and part 2 are the ones where he really got things wrong. After that, he got a lot better with like the high tiers. I think it's just because he understood them a lot better. Then another Coach Wang video will be out on Thursday, which is about finding a training group. Very important. Then on Saturday, we'll have the Ganondorf analysis out. I love this character. I love playing him in Smash 4. Love playing him in Melee. Not so much in Brawl. Brawl is kind of a disaster. But I definitely want to give my thoughts on this character and how he will play, and some really good things about him. And of course, like the general struggles he'll still have. And then I bet you there is going to be something that I am going to mess up with one of these videos at some point, or maybe with one of my older ones. And right now, Sunday is kind of reserved for just an update video. I will be traveling during that time, just because I will be traveling out of town for Thanksgiving. So I may not have a video up by Sunday, but I'm planning on having one ready by then. But with that said, that covers everything. So let me know if you have any questions here. Follow me on Twitter to make sure you know what's going to be updated when things are happening. I mean, when this game drops, we've got literally like almost 2 weeks now until Smash Ultimate comes out. That's insane. Literally by Friday, 2 weeks until Ultimate. That's like, what? We're so close. We're so close. So that's why I really want to cover everything that I touched about in preparing for Ultimate before the game comes out. So that way you guys can go in as prepared as possible, and then from there we can have like a lot of healthy, productive discussions about the way the metagame is forming and whatnot from there. The other thing too is actually, no, that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. So that said, thank you guys for watching so much. Shout outs to all of you guys liking the content too. My channel has literally grown 100% from where I started. Like I had like about like 50, 60 subscribers, and ever since I started posting all these videos, I basically have, you know, doubled the amount that I had before. So, you know, the 50 of you guys that keep watching this, thank you so much. Definitely going to keep working to improve all these things. Let me know how I can improve these for you, what things are more helpful for you, what type of videos that you'd like to see in the future. If you want me to edit these a lot more, if you want me to do some more fine tuning, better graphics as well, I'll definitely try to look into that and doing that like once school is all finished and any free time that I have left. And with that said, take care.